Hello, I am, it is February 3rd. I am getting into the flow of my things. I keep saying it's February 3rd. Let me be right back and double check here. What day is it today? Yes, it is February 3rd. It's around 4:20 in the afternoon. I've spent most of the day in rest and in journey mode and reflection and reading. So I woke up with bad dreams, so I did some dream tracking first. Then I got myself ready and I did a journey with some ancestral music, Mayan and Aztec flute music and tribal music, and it felt like quite the experience. I had a lot of personal realizations. And I read some journals from 2019 and 2021 as I am preparing some legal documents as well as some creative works and therapeutic works that I'm working on right now. And every time that I speak about my work or dive back and really get into the method, like the methodology piece of my work, I feel super anxious. And even as I'm trying to create this video, I feel it as an attack on my heart. It really feels like it's coming this way and this way. I feel it in my cerebellum. It makes my throat clench quite a lot. And I feel not short of breath, but it is like the sensation, like I'm constricting or my tissues are constricting as though I'm short of breath. But it's not actually my lungs, it's my tissues, almost like if my nephrotic nerve were being targeted right now. And it makes me feel almost as though I would be uneasy or nervous. And so I'm just turning on my electromagnetic reader just to eliminate any sense of external attack. So I'm just gonna aim it at my throat, which is the most clenchy part. It's starting to feel numb on the inside, not to the touch, but when I did touch it, I did notice the numbness. Just gonna read my heart. So I'm just, oh, that's the average. Sorry, I want it in virtual power plant units. So in the past, when I have felt targeted, I have tested with this reader. And as I see the zeros, my body feels less clenched in the throat, but I feel shaky now. And I'm not wearing a bra with any kind of metal. Oh, I feel it up here. Okay, so up here is where, and as I move my head like that. Okay, nothing's changing though. Okay, so right here, 24 volts per meter and virtual power plants. So it's actually physically making me shaky. So up here, so where did this measure come from then? Ooh. So that beeped and went above 49 there for a second. And once it beeped, my whole system kind of dropped. It's like that dropping sensation. I feel really nauseous, like if somebody were constricting my ear or my, yeah, I can feel it in the back of my neck and my chest. And it's not muscular, like nothing is tense, but inside the tissues just feel like they're being like pulled like an elastic band that's gonna snap. And so this is where it feels like an external stimulation. It doesn't feel like my trauma. I wish I had a way to measure my heart rate at the moment. Okay, this thing, let's see if we can reset it. So we're back at 0. I feel like a real tightening in here, in these tissues. Oof. I do have cold there, but so that's 2 virtual power plant units. 5 virtual power plant units. Over here was where I felt it. Okay. It's, oh, right here on this side, that jumped to 38. And it's funny because it changed, the sensation changed from the clenching in the heart to clenching in the, almost like the tonsils. I still feel shaky in my arms. So the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry is open and their witches are practicing. Or somebody saw me recording the video with the electric monitors and AIs releasing waves. Okay, so this is 6 volts per meter in virtual power plant units. So the unit Teslas have not activated today, just the virtual power plant units. I feel a lot of tension in my brain, in really the middle of my brain, like my middle here and back here. A lot of pressure, again, that gripping sensation. And consciously, I don't feel any fear or intimidation about the work that I'm doing, but my body is patterning as though I should be, which does not feel right. It does not feel mine. So am I picking up somebody else's energy right now? Is somebody reaching out energetically because they need support and I'm feeling their anxiety? I feel like it's a higher likelihood that I'm being targeted externally. So I'm just clearing this again. Average virtual power plant. Okay, so I aim it at the phone and it's reading up to 55% when I aim it at the camera. 57 or 27 volts per meter when I aim it at the camera. Okay, my body's shaking again. So like, is my device generating this? But I wasn't looking at my device. I was reading my journals when this started. So is somebody spying on me psychically and doesn't like what they're reading? Okay, see over here in these tissues, I'm getting 3 volts per meter. This is where earlier we had 6 volts per meter in virtual power plant units. But okay, so let's go back here because this is where something hit. Okay, that changed. Now it's reading 7. So what the hell is my body tuning into? What is it reflecting or radiating back from? I paint my back. Let's see if it changes. Oh, I got 14 on that reading and 0.2 units Tesla. Okay, now I'm really shaking. I believe virtual power plant units means like somebody siphoning your energy, or is reading like as though if you were generating battery energy, I think. Unit Tesla, I think, has to do with radiation. Or sorry, the magnetic field. So the range is electric field 1 volt per meter to 1999 volts per meter. Magnetic field 0.01 unit Tesla to 99.99 unit Tesla. Alarm threshold value for the electric field is 40 volts per meter, and for the magnetic field is 0.4 units Tesla. And the charging voltage is 5 volts equals 1A. I would say that's 1 amp. I don't actually know for certain. Okay. And the electric field is read in volts per meter, and the magnetic field is read in units Tesla. Okay, so right now that I've been pointing it down, actually right now that I'm pointing it at the camera, it's reading 27 and 0.2 units Tesla. And I'm really shaking at the moment. So when the units Tesla show up, that I'm really like, my body actually physically shakes. Holy crap, now I'm reading 36 volts per meter here and 0.5 units Tesla. So is somebody siphoning my electromagnetic energy, or are they targeting me with electromagnetic energy? And I want to note that my throat feels kind of raw. Kind of like when you have acid reflux. But I don't actually feel the acid reflux here. I've also experienced this when I have like an anxiety attack. Okay. Just gonna test my other body parts as nothing. Oh wait, here in my rib cage, I'm reading 0.1 units Tesla. And as I become aware of that, I'm aware of my under my rib cage feels shaky. Oh boy, right here in my rib here, I'm now reading 0.1 unit Tesla and 5 volts per meter. And right here where I'm experiencing pain, does that change at all? No, nothing. Nope, still 2 and 0.1. So is some like solar flare happening and my body's reacting to it? Oh shit. Oh shit. That alarm just went off. 64 and 0.1 units Tesla. Ooh, and I don't feel so good. I can feel, oh. Zero 0.11 units Tesla and 64 volts per meter. So where is this coming from? And I really feel like a lot of pressure in the back of my head. And right here in the front of my, kind of like a hairband like this, like if I were wearing a bandana. Okay, where did did that electromagnetic energy suddenly pick up from? And why is this thing so damn inconsistent? Okay, let me just make sure my necklaces are behind me. And then let's test this actually. Does this give off any energy? Okay, this little pendant has 9 volts per meter. The hell? The hell is this? Okay, there is a little. Okay, so right here, oof, I feel a little tingling right at the tip of my finger all of a sudden. That moved the unit Tesla. What is trying to jump around my body? Reading energy. I'm no longer sure this is actually. I'm wondering if something's trying to move through my body, like actual, like a entity. And would this catch it? Why does my head hurt so much? Right here. Holy fuck. Why did that jump to 21 right by my jaw? Everywhere the pain goes, the thing jumps. Something jumps. Holy crap, I feel so weird. What the fuck is going on? So these are the little spouts I would have when I would feel attacked at my house on Optimist. The Faraday chamber. Now that I understand there doesn't have to be a physical device present to target me. A person can be used. What are these little things that keep floating in front of me? It's not a reflection. What is it? Okay, right here where I have pain and tension. At a unit Tesla, I also have gold. Okay, right here, it feels like a freaking tight knot. Holy Hannah, does this ever feel like somebody's like yanking my tendons? Whoa, whoa, this feels awful. Down my arm. Okay, that. Some here in the shoulder. I often have been feeling like I'm getting like energy being sent. Okay, here, through here, but in the back, under my shoulder blade. Oh, and that made it tickle here to acknowledge that. Like electricity moving through here. Kind of like when you have like a sour flavor bud or something spicy. Okay, so right in my bone, in my clavicle, where it hurts right now, this is reading. Units Tesla. Holy crap. And this thing like motors through my body. It's like moving. This energy fuck is this? Is this what a haunting feels like? Is this what a curse feels like? Is this what our ancestors would have called it? Is this an alien attack? What the fuck? What is causing my abdominals to do that? And they feel like this. What the fuck is in here? Oh wow, that just shut off. Just died, fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this video and charge this thing. And I'm gonna record an inner dance meditation. I wish I knew what my heart rate was right now. Yeah, my heart feels like it's racing. But when I count my pulse, 1, that's hardly racing. Actually feels like it's slowing down. That's what it feels like when an external stimulus, it just doesn't feel right. Like there's no coherence to the reality of what's happening and what it feels like in my body. So I'm registering 2 things, right? Something outside of me and something inside of me that both feel in my body. It's an interesting experience because a lot of people want to tell me what it is, and I know what it's not. And what I do find consistent is that every time I dive deep into my work, where I'm producing evidence of my unique approach, the validity and the right that I have to sovereignly approach my work in the way that I should, it feels like somebody is turning my body against me and trying to keep me from saying the things that I want to say. And right now, as I'm saying this, it literally feels like I'm gonna black out. Like in my brain, behind my eyeballs, it doesn't feel mine. It feels like somebody's trying really hard to stop me through my physiology from saying exactly what I'm noticing, experiencing, and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. It's a very interesting experience. I would welcome anybody's insights or personal shared experience on this in the comments, in the DMs through LinkedIn, however, just because this is something that presents like trauma, but I don't feel is coming from me. I feel somebody is trying to make it look like my trauma is triggered, when in fact, they're trying to stop me from doing my work. Because the more I do, the more intense the physiological targeted symptoms get. And it only comes when I start actually actively trying to do my work. Listen to my voice, my breath. And I have no conflict. Like, I'm reading my journals from 2019. I'm reading my stuff. And I don't feel conflicted in doing this work. The worst case scenario is already happening. I'm not in fear from a conscious place. But it feels like externally something is trying to throw my physiology into that. It doesn't feel good. And if I ever track who's doing this, I'm gonna give you a taste of your own fucking medicine, because this is apparently something that you need to experience. Otherwise, you're intentionally evil, or you are just clueless. So maybe you need to learn.